Welcome to the Jill on Money Show. It's Thursday, August 14th, and we are here trying to help you make better, sometimes just less bad financial decisions. Sometimes we're just, I think we're like the extra set of eyes and ears on a situation, or maybe we're kind of like your nice sister who has a CFP, and maybe it's your I feel like everybody is my age who listens. And of course, that's not the case. But Mark's the younger, cooler brother who has a CFP. But if you've got anything going on in your life and it touches your money, we really would love to help you out. And as we've said many times, this is not about people who have a lot of money or a little money, just like people who want a little advice. And hey, it's free. And sometimes it's not exact advice. It might just be some guidance. So if you would like that kind of attention, all you need to do is go to our website, jillonmoney.com. Click the Contact Us button. A form will pop up. Write us a note. Now, that's the email that we receive. But if you'd like to join us live, which Mark and I far prefer, then check the box and Mark will arrange to get you on. While you're on the website, you will see that we've got all sorts of fun stuff there. Some of it is free, like the weekly newsletter or the blog post, resources, videos. Some will cost you a few bucks, like our subscription service called Jill on Money Live. That's where you have access to quarterly live webinars, the entire back catalog of those webinars, and bonus audio and video content, all for $45 for the next 12 months. So check it out. Today, we are joined by Mike, who listens to us in Washington State. Hello, Mike. How are you?
I am doing well. Thank you so much for having me today. I really appreciate it.
Sure. What's going on? How can we help you out?
Well, kind of the biggest question I have, I purchased an annuity probably about 2 years back for $650,000 with an income for life rider on it at 1.1%. And I'm now thinking about taking the surrender charge and moving that money over into a current investment that I have that's earning about 9% annualized per year. And I was
Hold on a second. Hold on. You just it's only 2 years ago? Okay.
Yes.
So wait, let me do a few things.
Sure.
A few details about the contract, then I'm going to get back to you just so I have it. So you put $650 in. Was it a retirement? Were those dollars from a retirement plan or non-retirement plan?
Yes, from a retirement plan.
Okay, so this came from a qualified plan. You had some money or an IRA. You said that you put $650 into an income for life annuity. The surrender value for everyone listening, when you buy a lot of these big insurance products, there is a fee to get out. It's usually a sliding scale where if you blow out of the contract in the first year, they'll charge you 9%, 8, 7, 6, 5. So what is the surrender value right now, Mike?
It is $594,000.
No, I mean, I'm sorry. The surrender fee, like when you get charged, that looks to me like you're at, I don't know what the value is of the annuity. I know that the surrender value, you'd have to take this $56,000 haircut. What's the declining percentage fee? Like, what would it be if we waited to another year? Is it 7%? Is it 6% of the value? Do you know what it is?
The current value of the contract right now is $636,000 because of the fees that they've taken out for the rider. But I'm not sure if that
I got it. Okay, that's exactly what I needed. Okay, wow. It's just that's a big haircut to take, man.
It is. And what I was thinking was, if I put that money into the 9% account, I can make that up in about 2 to 3 quarters of interest, right? And so I'm okay with that. I know it's a huge fee to swallow, and I know your feelings on that. But right now, that annuity, it's a fixed index annuity, and it hasn't made anything since inception. It did for a while, and then it's flat, right? It does pay out a guaranteed death benefit before I take any distributions of the contract value, the initial contract value of $650,000. So that's there. There's no principal. But I just feel like having the extra money coming in from the 9% investment would really help round my budget out, our miscellaneous expenses. And then, I have 2 HELOCs also that I really consider paying off. So I thought I'd be ahead on the interest that I'd save from those 2 HELOCs. And
All right. I get you. I get you. Now, you have some sort of, you're saying, you keep mentioning 9%,
Yes.
which is obviously a very high interest rate that is, seems, you're saying it's guaranteed, but it's not guaranteed. What
No,
is this? Some sort of REIT
I'm
or some
sorry.
dividend play? What is this?
So it's invested through a local firm here in the Northwest, Pacific Northwest. And their strategy in this fund is they provide like first position home loans and real estate builders in the Western United States. The annualized return, it's a 2-year contract that you put your money into them and they annualize it at a 9% return on your money.
Okay.
And the fund has been in account for inception since 2008 and they haven't had any negative returns. And I've been there for a little bit over a year and a half. And so far, it's been doing okay.
All right, before we do that, now I'm going to go backwards. Okay, I got the annuity, and just how much money do you have in that private real estate fund?
That is 943,000.
943,000.
Yes.
And that is non-retirement money or retirement money that's in there?
Retirement money as well.
Okay. So I got it. Now, how old are you, Mike? What's going on with you?
I am 62 years old and my wife is 60. She'll be 61 in December.
Do you guys work full time still?
Yes. Yeah. I retired back in 2020, but went back to work. But right now I am currently grossing 90,000 a year and she grosses 100,000 a year.
Are you still putting money into retirement accounts or not?
No, not at this time.
Okay. So you saved a slug of money, obviously, right? You have the annuity with 650, this private investment firm fund of 940. What else do you guys have that's saved up?
Vanguard traditional IRA worth about 102,000, just invested in ETFs and some stocks.
Yep.
And then a Vanguard high yield savings account. That balance varies. It's currently at 32,000. And then we have $100,000 invested in a startup, split between 50,000 in cash that we invested and 50,000 through a self-directed Roth IRA. And I know we're not counting on this, but that'll
could be a fun thing. You would put it on your balance sheet, but you're not like, oh, it's going to kill it. You don't know, right? But I get that. You guys have kids that are grown or no kids? What's going on?
2 kids. One is 26. He's fully launched, married. The other is 21. And, she's trying to navigate her way through college. And so we're helping with those expenses. But she also has some medical and mental health challenges that we're trying to help her with. So we have that.
Wow. I mean, you got a lot of money, obviously. So just so I understand this, you have a home that's worth how much?
We just got the assessment. That is about 941,000.
What did you say? I'm sorry, I missed the last part. 41?
That's okay. 941,000.
All right, let's say 950. And then you said you have, do you have a mortgage or just the HELOCs?
A mortgage on that at 3.25%. And then there's a balance of 366,000 on that.
Okay. And the HELOCs, the home equity lines of credit,
yes.
or home equity loans, how much is that total?
136,000 total.
136 total. Okay. Okay, so 350, the 136 is at higher interest rates, obviously, right?
Yeah.
And so now you have plenty of money. What's your burn rate? How much do you spend?
Approximately right now it's 12,000 a month.
Okay. Are either of you going to be entitled to pensions?
No.
Okay. And all the numbers that you just gave us have include your wife's stuff as well, right?
Yes.
Okay. And the 12,000 a month, does that include the HELOCs or?
Yes, it does. It does.
So, I mean, you got everything fine for the next bunch of years. You've saved a bunch of money. You're going to have these, you both have Social Security, which I imagine probably covers at least about half of what your need is. Then you've got all this other money. So 2 questions. I'm not sure about the timing of surrendering the annuity. I would love to have somebody who is a impartial third party take a look at this contract because it may be worth your while. And again, because I don't know the nuance of the contract and everything else, I really do believe it might be worth your while to, even if you waited one more year, it might be a better idea. And I don't know, you really have to have somebody who is going to peel back the layers of this contract. The idea of taking all of the money, even if let's just pretend we decide, yeah, this thing stinks, get out. I would not put it in that other retirement investment, even though that 9% is tantalizing. That is way too concentrated in terms of the amount of money you have at one place. And I understand that the words you use are very important. Like, they've been in business for a long time. This is what they do, blah, 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 blah. However, I also am clear that any single investment can have a stumble. And I would feel much more comfortable if whatever came out of that annuity simply got put into a pool of, exchange traded funds. Either you manage it or someone else manages it. But I don't think having a $1.5 million in one product, one trust, makes a lot of sense. What can often happen is when real estate markets turn or when bad things happen, you'll find that 9% will go to 14%, but the value of your actual investment will drop dramatically. And so I would not want to put that risk out on the table. If it's doing well for you, fine, great, not a big deal. I would do two things. I would be seeking the advice of someone who can peel apart that annuity and then make a decision that when you do this, does it just get added to that $102,000 retirement account? And now, you'll have $700,000 in that account. So that's where I would look to have the money land from the annuity. But again, I am nervous about having all those eggs in that one basket of that REIT or real estate investment that you have. I would like there to be some strategy that you put in place to pay down the home equity lines of credit. And maybe, just maybe, you'll say, instead of putting money into the startup, or when you get distributions from this real estate investment, those distributions are taxable to you. Is that right or not?
They are, yes. Yeah.
Okay. So it comes out. So once you get that, even though the funds were used, the source of the funds was retirement money that was pre-tax, the distributions are absolutely taxable. So in that case, I might start to whittle down. How much are the home equity lines of credit costing you?
8.24%.
I'll tell you what, I'd pay those suckers down. I'd start to accelerate those. And also, if you look at let's just say you get to the end of the year and you have, you have a little extra money popping around in the high yield savings or something. Also do it there. Like, just take a little extra money and pop it down. You'll get, this is not huge money compared to your total net worth. I think it's funny when you have a do-it-yourselfer. We're going to have a really wonderful financial planner from Southern California come on the program shortly. And she wrote into me. She's like, you got to tell people that, people go get their financial plans. They don't execute them. They fail, blah, 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 blah. I'm not sure that's you. I think you're a real do-it-yourselfer. I think if somebody proves to you mathematically that it is worth it for you to wait a year on pulling the money out of the annuity, that I think you'll do it. And, if you don't do it, then, you'll make your choices. I really do not think it makes sense to pile into the real estate fund. And I think it would be nice for you to actually have somebody sit down with you and lay out I think you understand that you're fine financially, but also lay out the strategy, because you're going to have a lot of money that has to come out from these pre-tax retirement accounts. So we're going to have a strategy for getting that money out. And that to me would be probably for you a fee-only financial planner, which would be you would go to NAPFA, the National Association of Personal Financial Advisors, napfa.org, and seek out somebody and be very clear. Say, if you're talking to somebody, say, I do not want anybody to manage my money. I want to do this. I will pay you for a plan and an analysis of this annuity contract and to do give me a strategy of how to make sure I take money out of my retirement assets and don't get killed later for required minimum distributions, you're in a perfect time horizon to do this. You really are. And that would be that's my best guess as to how you guys can move ahead, Mike. Does that make sense for you?
It really does. Thanks. Yeah, I was concerned also about putting all my eggs in one basket, so to speak. But, I was really, I guess, lured by the possible 9% and what that was doing,
Mike, it's tantalizing. That's why, because it's like, oh, this is great. But we don't need, not all of your money has to be earning 9%. You're fine. Let's be smart. Let's be diversified. And let's make sure that the way you get out of this annuity contract makes the best sense for you. Okay?
Awesome. Gosh, thank you so much. I really appreciate running this by you and hearing your input.
Boy, it's complicated. And gang, be careful about, say, hey, this sounds great, or this is a great product, or this is that. Get another set of eyes on a situation. If someone is suggesting to you buying annuity, get in touch with us. Let us know. We have no skin in the game. The only thing we want to do is help you understand what are the risks that you would be taking on by purchasing a particular product or putting money in a particular investment, and what are the ways that we can help you get where you want to go. That is the goal of the program. So if you're in a situation like that, get in touch with us. Go to JillOnMoney.com, click the Contact Us button, write us a note, and of course, check the box if you'd like to join us on the air live. Don't forget to sign up for the free weekly newsletter, which comes out tomorrow. It comes out Fridays. Definitely do that. And of course, subscribe to us here on the Odyssey app or wherever you find your favorite podcasts, and leave us a rating and review wherever you listen. Only positive on that very thin skin. Try to do something nice for someone else today. Change your work, change your wealth, change your life. Thank you for listening, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.